Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I see so many times in consultation. I see this also around me with people that I may know and people that I met in my life, and I have seen this so many times. We talk about diabetic relationships and why I call these relationships diabetic relationships. And you may say, well, that means that because I have diabetes, I have diabetic relationships. Well, if you do have diabetes, it's a big chance you are in these relationships. But if not, if you don't have diabetes, you may be as well in a relationship, which I call diabetic relationships. But let's start understanding why I call it this way. So let's start to defining the word diabetes itself. The word diabetes comes from the prefix "di", which means division, separation, and the word "beth" comes from the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which means house. So when we talk about diabetes, we talk about a house that is divided, a house that is separated. And people with diabetes have this issue. There are people that are struggling because they don't want the house to be divided. And if you want to hear more about that, I have a whole video about diabetes in my channel. Just go and look for it. But let's talk about that then. So people with diabetes then have a ton of sugar in the body, an excess of sugar. Sugar that it's energy, that energy that is capable to take them to war, to go to a battle, is so much energy that these people have, so much sugar. They could go into war, they could go into a battle and fight it. Unfortunately, they are not capable of fighting this war, because for them fighting could mean die, because they already have stories in their family, people that actually went to war and they died, and they divided the house was separated, they never came back. Memories like that, memories of grandma died, and when grandma died, the family didn't get along anymore, because she was the glue, she was the one that kept the family together. So people with diabetes have this problem. Also, they feel they are not loved. They don't have enough sweetness in their life. They don't have enough sugar love in their body. They don't have it in themselves. They don't feel it. They don't feel it from the family members, from their partners maybe. They feel malnourished emotionally. And that's what people with diabetes suffer. So why I call this diabetic relationships? Because it's exactly like that. There are people that are in relationships, they are in war constantly, they are in fights all the time, but they're not able to separate. They're not able to say, hello, I need something different in my life. I can't be fighting all the time. There are people that are together for many years fighting. People that may not even sleep together anymore. People that don't have sex anymore for many years, but they still together because the fear of separation, what it may happen to them, kills them. So they just can't do it because they already saw their parents separated and how much they suffer. So they don't want that suffer for their children, but they rather to stay in an unhealthy relationship, in a diabetic relationship, where they have so much energy to fight this war, but they just can't fight it. They just can't do it. Fighting for them means separate, and separate for them means die. You're gonna be unloved. If you leave this man, or if you leave this woman, who else is gonna love you? You're already lacking in love. That's why you keep taking sugar from other places. That's why you can unpack more sugar on you. You can't take anymore. That's why you look at on that chocolate cake. because you don't have the love from around you. So if you leave this person, who is gonna love you now? And that is what is behind the thought of these diabetic relationships. People in these relationships are people that believe that the past was better. What was before was better. All times were better. All music was better. People in these relationships think that that what was there before was better. Because there are people who are in resistance, complete resistance of change. They resist of the changes, and that's why also comes the insulin resistance. There are people who are not ready for changes, they're not like changes, and the old times was better. How my relationship was before was better. So now I'm in the hope that one day this relationship may change. But it doesn't really. So we stay there in the hope that one day would change, and in the hope that I don't have to separate my house like once my parents did, my grandparents did. I don't want to repeat that pattern again. So I keep repeating the pattern of unhealthy relationship and unhappy relationships. And that's what I'm teaching my children, that you have to stay so you don't separate. And that's why we keep repeating this through generations and generations. And the pattern of diabetic relationships are repeating once and once and once more again in generations below us. Well, I hope this answers your questions, and I hope if you are in a relationship like this, in a diabetic relationship, makes you think a bit about your relationship, what happened already in your family, and why you are so afraid of fighting, of separating, and why you keep being in this unhealthy and unhappy relationship. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you know somebody that this video will help them, please share and just click the subscribe button so you can get informed every time I make a video. I hope you have a lovely day and see you next time.